Good morning, everybody! Hello, it's been a while since we did the Cracker Dawn show. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to me, to you, to everybody, to production. Yeah? Alright, guys, welcome. We are currently streaming live in Lenasia South on Attenville TV. This is the Cracker Dawn show with myself, Kimera, Heeralal, as your host. And if you want to join us in conversation and join me in studio today, you can do so with the contact details at the bottom right of your screen, or you could use the bottom column where it says live chat. We do apologize for the technical difficulties this morning. Production's having a bit of trouble. We're getting used to getting back to work, getting back on live stream. So yeah, do join us in conversation. If you're having a very, very happy birthday today, happy birthday to you! And if you're celebrating an anniversary, congratulations, I'm proud of you. Alright guys, so we got a full jam-packed show for you guys, a full hour of fun and fun. The Cracker Dawn show got Wackhead Simpson lined up for you this morning, my personal favorite radio presenter. And today we're doing the top 5 scary places where women are forbidden to go. Well, it's hosted by Alexia Morgan in US of A, so shout out to Alexia this morning. And we've got a bit of entertainment coming up for you. So if you're about music, who doesn't like music? Yeah? And not forgetting, okay, today we don't have Auntie Sheila on the show, but we've got lots of entertainment, music entertainment. And if you want to enjoy the show, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already. Please do it now. Yeah, click on the subscribe button. Yeah, thank you. Alright, so join us for a full hour of fun. We're gonna come back, we're gonna do this, we're gonna hit Wackhead Simpson's prank in the morning, straight after this commercial break.
Look at slide 4.
Becky, don't lose your cool, think of the quarter pounder. It will taste like sunshine on a rainy day. Oh, so make it a day, the quarter pound away. Da 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 da.
Welcome back, guys. You just joined us. You are still currently streaming live with us right here in Lenasia South on Attenville TV. This is the Cracker Dawn show with myself, Kimera, Heeralal, as your host. And if you want to interact with us in studio today, you can do so by commenting at the bottom of the screen. Alright, let's open up this show with a bit of a bang. Let's welcome Wackhead Simpson. Today, his prank is called Are You Ready to Report for Duty?
So, Christo, are you in Pretoria?
No, I'm from Johannesburg.
And how are you guys mates?
We sort of met during lockdown when a friend of mine looked for groups of South Africans playing games, and then he found the group that that John was a part of. So there's a whole group of friends that I've never met.
Oh, so you guys have never actually met? You only met online?
Yes, but we've spent probably well more than 100 hours chatting to each other.
Are you a Fortnite champ?
The game we play is called War Thunder. It was in the news recently because the developer wanted to implement changes, and there was quite a bit of pushback from the community.
Hello?
Hello, I'm looking for Mr. Forther, please.
Yes, I'm listening.
I'm calling you from the South African National Defence Force. I have you on a list here of having applied before.
Yes, I did.
Mr. Ursula, are you ready for action?
Yes.
What training have you had, if any?
I did my security courses a few years back, like last year.
The security course?
Yes, I did.
So, what, do you know how to work a torch and a baton?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, have you had any weapons training?
Not yet. How long do I need to get there? What's the time?
By the way, it's Sergeant Major Robson here. Okay, attention.
Yeah, you have my attention.
So what we're going to have to do is get you battle ready. It'll be a 6-week crash course in training. It'll be special weapons and tactics before the deployment.
Yes, Sergeant Major.
Are you ready
What?
to serve your country?
Yes, Sergeant Major. Yes, I'm battle ready. I'm ready to serve.
What we are getting ready for is battle.
If I get called to war, I get called to war. What's the worst that can happen? I die and I hopefully get honored as a hero because I'm willing to risk my life. I'm willing to protect the others around me. I don't get lack in the head and I go full racky on them. And where do I get deployed to? Because I'm following the news quite frequently of current warfare affairs and stuff. And
I can see why they turned you down before. I think I've called the
no,
wrong
I'm
person.
serious. Because, no, I'm serious.
I'm not sure. Maybe you should just stick to being a security guard. I don't think I've got the right guy here. Are you one of these guys that plays Call of Duty? Because we get a lot of them.
No, I'm not. I'm like the kids say, I'm not a sweat. I know my guns. I love my guns. You can ask me a lot of questions around guns, around weapons. You can ask me.
What size round does the R1 take?
R1 762 by 48
That's an AK-47.
or a 762 by 52, if I'm not sure.
Wrong again.
Okay, let me just get.
There's no time to Google on the front line.
I'm not Googling. I don't use Google.
What is happening?
It's 762 by 54.
It's a 762 by 51. NATO approved.
All right, I'm listening, Sergeant.
How much Russian do you know?
Papa Danya Spitiet, Tavai. A few words, not much. Only yes, no. Thank you. Bye, da, yet. Only a few. Only yes and no, basically, and thank you. That's all.
How do you say thank you?
Shame, man.
Yet Malatov is it's a song.
Can I tell you something? There's no Spotify on the front lines. Are you Googling?
No, I'm not Googling.
What are you doing?
I can't remember. I'm going to be honest with you, sir. I can't remember.
We will be going and supporting the Russian troops. You'll be going to the front lines.
Yes, Sergeant Major. No. Sorry, Sergeant Major, but I'm in a tight spot at the moment. If I'm speaking on a point of view, I don't agree with the Russians and what they're doing. Yeah.
Attention.
Attention.
At ease, soldier.
Yes, Sergeant Major. No, man, I feel I'm getting like punked by Wackett here. Me and my brother watched a lot of your videos on loudspeaker in the car. I know. He's a Musa fan. Here's my brother talking to you now.
Who's Christo de Jong?
Christo de Jong, I'm gonna move Christo. I'm gonna kill him tonight. I swear, I'm gonna buy a plane ticket to Pretoria. I'm gonna go and stand in his head and on his head. I'm gonna kill him.
Yes, Christo.
Oh man.
Ek sweer ek gaan jou kom kry en ek gaan jou trap.
Oh man.
Maak jou hande en vingere en vishoeke verander. Maak jou ballas vir ewig. Dit moet nie ophou juk nie. Jy moet vashaak. Jy moet jouself kan circumcise so skerp dit is. Jy moet infeksie opdoen op 'n ander vlak.
No.
'n paar
Darren, I'm-
ergens in jou omgewing optel en ek hoop hulle gee jou syphilis en gonorrhea.
Wow.
I just wanted to give my life some meaning, that's all. But yeah, I'm gonna get you back.
It's amazing.
The dream still lives on. Wackett Simpson, everybody, keeping you laughing on this Blue Monday. Yeah, I'm dressed in blue. If you're having a Blue Monday, I'm sure Wackett Simpson has changed that for you. Stay exactly where you are when we come back. We're going to talk about places where women are forbidden from entering. It's going to be an epic show. We'll come back straight after this.
I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Oh, because you're mine. Because you're mine.
Back, guys, if you just joined us, we are currently streaming live right here in Lenasia South on Attenville TV. This is the Crocodile Show with myself, Kimera, Heeralal, as your host. If you want to join us in conversation, please do so at the bottom of the screen. Yeah. Or you can use the bottom right of your screen where it has our contact details. You can join us in studio. All right. Let's talk about today's conversation. Bit of a serious one, but hey, let's get to it. Now, there are a lot of places and funny things, let's just say funny areas where women are actually forbidden to go. Now, me being a woman myself, I've also every single day trying to prove myself and strive for equality between males and females, yeah? Alright, so let's take a look at some places where things are just never gonna change and there are some rules and the way things work in this world where women aren't allowed to go. I hope we do a show where men aren't allowed to go. Just kidding. All right. Let's open up the show with the top 5 scary places where women are forbidden to go. But before we go there, let's really look at the world, right? I want you as the public to join this conversation. Now, the world we live in today is one that actually evolved from a world riddled in a severe, well, they call it a patriarchal values. Now, no matter how far we think we've come from it, it's painfully often that we come across remnants that mankind, or should we say remnants of this male-dominated system that mankind has actually grown from. Now, these restrictions on women are actually sometimes absolute and selective at some places. Now, they are, unbanished, they call it unbanished, imposed in places of public interest. Now, despite years of passionate protest against such injustice and several women having floated the bans, these rules are still upheld and it is valid for reason for worldwide outrage. Now, I'm one of these people who are actually like, but why? But let's get a bit of an understanding as we carry on with the show. Coming up next, scary places where scary places where women are forbidden from entering. Today's show is actually hosted by Alexia Morgan. Here's the top 5. Coming in at number 5, guys, is Mount Athos in Greece.
Good evening, spooky folks of the internet. I'm Alexa, the resident ooky spooky girly around here, and today I'm actually going to focus on the girly part. So, as a gal, the world can be a scary place sometime. I travel alone, and yep, I've dealt with some stuff. Have I been harassed for just existing? Absolutely. Thankfully, overall, I live in a very safe city, but here are the top 5 scary places women are forbidden from entering. In 5th place, we have Mount Athos in Greece. Mount Athos is a mountain and peninsula in the northeastern Greece and is an important center of Eastern Orthodox monasticism, which has been occupied for more than a millennium by Russian Orthodox monks. I promise I try with pronunciation. The long-standing gender ban on this ancient mountain doesn't apply to just women, but also includes many female domestic animals. So, how the heck has the animal population not died out yet? Also, more importantly, who the heck has the job of wandering around and policing animal genitalia? I genuinely want to know how that's, policed, because in my brain, it's currently playing a very Looney Tunes skit, and I'm cackling, as you can see. Does someone bring in fresh creatures from the mainland to help with the population? Sure, in the Jurassic Park universe, all the dinosaurs are female, but that's entirely different because they're still able to like procreate under monitoring and careful breeding, but males don't have the same nesting organs to make this a reality. Okay, fine, I'll get back on topic, but if anyone knows anything about how the heck this could be achieved, please let me know in the comments. Commonly known amongst Greeks as the Holy Mountain, the self-governed Mount Athos, which encompasses both the mountain and a peninsula in Macedonia, is accessible only via ferry and only to men with a special permit. If you want to visit the mount, the first step is to submit a copy of your passport to the Mount Athos Pilgrims Bureau. Each day, 100 Orthodox and 10 non-Orthodox male pilgrims are admitted for a 3-night stay in one of the peninsula's 20 monasteries. A centuries-old belief maintains that the presence of females inhibits their path to the spiritual enlightenment of the monks living there, amongst its, once again, 20 monasteries, and also to ensure celibacy, which I would understand if it weren't also for the ban on female animals. For crying out loud, folks, if you take a vow of celibacy, your willpower should be enough, or maybe it ain't for you if you can't control yourself around a woman. I'm gonna start screeching about sexist dress codes for the same reasons if I don't watch myself. Fun fact, over the years, a handful of women have been successful in sneaking onto Mount Athos's forbidden to female shores, including a French writer who reportedly underwent a double mastectomy in order to disguise herself as a monk in the 1920s, and more recently, 4 Moldovan women who illegally entered Greece and accidentally ended up there. Backtracking really quickly, it was first invaded in 382 by the Placentia, the daughter of the Emperor Theodosius. Greek journalist Malvina Karali was the latest woman to break the ban and enter onto the territory of Mount Athos, when, as she claims, she entered the sanctuary dressed as a man in the 1990s. Atta girls.
As we are looking at a couple places, I was checking out a place called Haji Ali Dargah in Mumbai, India. Now, this is one of Mumbai's most iconic landmarks. The Haji Ali Dargah has been restricted for female access because it's in Islam. And it is a grievous sin, they call it, for a woman to actually be in close proximity with the grave of the Muslim saint. Now, the current arrangement at the Dargah allows them in, but the inner sanctum or sanctorum is strictly off limits to them. Now, this is banned too and has seen multiple protests since it was enforced in 2015. And multiple petitions have been started to have the ruling reversed. Coming in at number 4 with Alexia, she's got Galaxy Water Park.
In 4th place, we have the Galaxy Water Park in Bavaria. Alrighty, so this might not be as terrifying as some of the other places on this list in the, I fear for my life or men are doing scary things type of way, but just stay with me here. One of Europe's largest and most popular water parks, which is part of the sprawling Therme Erding sauna complex near Munich, banned women from one of its high-speed slides because owners determined it to be causing, intimate injuries. According to a park official, at least 6 women suffered injury to their genital area on the extreme phaser slide, in which participants can reportedly hit speeds up to 45 miles per hour. Pardon me while I pick my jaw up off the floor. For starters, as someone with the genitalia referred to, I'm wondering how the heck the other genitalia, which to my knowledge is more sensitive upon impact, surviving, without being in the same amount of pain or worse. Come on, one bad soccer ball to the collapsible schlong and nuts and down goes the human. Whereas for those who possess the genitalia that isn't that, I can speak for experience that I can withstand that and not fall to my knees. So what kind of targeted water pressure hell does this slide have that people are getting injured from? Now, a park spokesman told an English language newspaper that it was working on developing a special bodysuit for women to prevent such mishaps in the future. According to a gynecological association that was referenced in the newspaper, however, there was no medical condition other than pregnancy that should prevent women from using such a slide. Yeah, I'm giving this water park some serious side-eye. Honestly, is there not some kind of overall health and safety thing that can come into play to fix this nonsense?
Yeshin Ramsamy coming in on Facebook. Morning, Yeshin. He says, well, he was talking about number 5 as he responds to the Mount Athos in Greece. He says they probably just wanted to go there because they were told not to. You're actually right. I'm one of those people. The more my folks used to tell me, Yeshin, don't go there or don't do this, the more you tell me not to do something, the more I want to do it. So there's no use making rules with me because I'll just end up getting myself in trouble. Alright, Yeshin, coming up next, we're talking about Mount Almain in Japan. Now, notice a lot of things in India and Japan, there's a lot of restrictions with women, and this crap needs to change. You know, I think it should change. Okay, anyway, let's look at Mount Omine. Okay, this is in Japan, guys. Now, it is home to the Yamabushi monks. Now, Mount Omine is actually banned women from its estate to remove thoughts of temptation for them, as they practice the strict self-denial of a hermit in the mountains. Now, Mount Omine's prohibition is actually voluntary, right? And the monastery has been several breaches from feminists every single year, but no trespassing charges has ever been passed. But now the ban has been challenged on numerous occasions, but in vain. And the temple and local communities stand by their request for people to respect their traditions. Now listen here, you want to ban women from a place where there's monks to avoid temptation. It's not our problem how your mind works, how your hormones work. It's not our fault. So how dare you ban us? You need to discipline yourself. It's a choice that you made. If you choose to abstain from any intimacy or sexual intercourse, I think that you should discipline your brain, your mind, and hence I'm a Hindu, so meditation helps you to abstain from a lot of things and discipline, well, your mentality. That's how I see it. Anyway, coming in at number 3 is Saudi Arabia.
In third place, we have Saudi Arabia. If you're a solo female traveler looking to visit Saudi Arabia as a tourist, you'll have an easier time booking a trip to Mars. As of 2010, tourist visas to Saudi Arabia don't exist, and visas for business and to visit family are notoriously difficult for women to obtain. On top of that, women who travel to the country normally must be accompanied by a male relative in order to be granted entry. And even though some things have lightened over the years, Saudi Arabia isn't exactly a welcoming destination for women. Women just needing a man or government permission to do just about anything, Saudi Arabian women aren't even allowed to drive. Now, as a gal who watches WWE, this is something I've noticed before. When they started hosting events in Saudi Arabia back in 2014, women were not allowed to wrestle on those shows, not until 2019. At that first event in 2019, Lacey Evans, a wrestler who usually competes in a two-piece, very revealing outfit, wore a full black bodysuit instead of her normal ring attire, with a very large baggy shirt over top due to the country's conservative dress policy. This became the norm for women's matches until 2021, when women were allowed to customize their bodysuits but still had to wear the baggy shirts. Crown Jewel of 2021 was also the first show to feature more than one women's match. It was only in 2022 when women were able to ditch the baggy shirts, but to this day still have to wear the one-piece outfits. Was this a long way to compare the portrayal of women and their rights in North America versus Saudi Arabia? Yes. But was it also the easiest and most factual way I knew how? Also yes.
Places where women are forbidden. Let's take a quick break. We'll carry on with the show when we come back.
The ultimate accessory. The latest shiny thing. Mesmerized. Trying to keep up, but never getting ahead in an endless cycle of spending. In this world of constant upgrades, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
To us as we are a growing channel, so thank you so much. If you are watching the show for the very first time, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done it already. Alright, let's get back to it. So we're talking about the scary places, and well, today we're doing the top 5 scary places where women are forbidden from entering. Well, I initially think we're doing about 10, so yeah. I mean, we've got Alexia Morgan from America sharing with us her work, and we've got me, yeah. Alright, let's look at one that a lot of cultural people find interesting but still don't understand it. There's a place called Lord Ayyappa Temple in Subramali in India, and we also have the exact same version of the Ayyappa Temple in South Africa. So yeah, let's take a look at Lord Ayyappa Temple in Subramali in India. Okay, now all women between ages of 10 and 50, when they could be menstruating, right? Let's talk about this. When they could be menstruating, they have been actually banned from praying at this Hindu temple in Kerala. Now, in fact, once let's say once after the age of 35, 35-year-old woman entered the temple. A priest even performed a certain way of a purification ceremony. And now they say, even though there has been much debate surrounding the ban recently, there's also been a petition done to review it, and it has actually been presented to the Supreme Court. So it actually still remains in place. Quite interesting. Coming in at number 2, we've got the Japanese island of Konoshima. Check it out.
In second place, we have the sacred Japanese island, Okinoshima. Okinoshima is an island 60 kilometers off of the coast of Kyushu in the Genkai Sea. I swear I looked up how to pronounce these things, so if I get it wrong, blame the interwebs. With its remote location, steep cliffs, primeval forests, and almost no infrastructure other than a simple port, it doesn't exactly look like the most welcoming place at first glance. But the island apparently has a lot going for it, even though the only official inhabitant of Okinoshima is a single Shinto priest tending to the island's shrine, which is alternatively known as Okitsugu, part of the Munakata Taisha Grand Shrine complex spread across a total of 2 islands and the Kyushu mainland. Pardon me, it's a series of priests who spend 10-day intervals on the almost deserted island, but always one at a time. They have 2 jobs, hey, just like most of us in this economy. One is to chant prayers to Tagorohime, daughter of the sun goddess Amaterasu, one of the most important deities in the entire Shinto pantheon. The second is to make sure that no woman ever steps foot on the island. Not to sound like a broken record, but I've worked less stupid jobs, and that's saying something. I'm a workaholic performer, so when I say my resume is as long as my arm, me calling a job stupid means something. Women are strictly prohibited from landing on Okinoshima, and the actual cause of which isn't fully understood. Some say it's because of women's links to menstrual fluid, which is considered impure by some Shinto schools of thought. Other theories say that women aren't allowed on Okinoshima to protect them, as some Japanese goddesses have been known to be distrustful of potential rivals. In the past, artists specializing in image of Benzaiten, the syncretic Japanese goddess of beauty, music, and love, were actually advised not to marry so as to not make the deity jealous about them having another woman in their lives. But there are no such stories about Tagorohime, and allegedly she isn't even the most important deity in the neighborhood. The whole of Okinoshima is. So all you've got is the impurity of a natural function and maybe offending a goddess. And by my research, no one is 100% sure that's accurate. Alrighty, moving on before I start saying words in French that will for sure anger the interweb gods. Apparently in the Shinto religion, it's not uncommon for land masses to be worshipped as gods, which is actually the case with the island of Mayahima, home to the UNESCO World Heritage Site of the Itsukushima Shrine, which is why the complex's main shrine and torii gate were constructed on the shore and on the water instead of deeper on the island. When it comes to women, however, they are absolutely allowed on that one. Some Shinto sites, yes, do exclude female visitors, such as Mount Omin or Mount Sanjo in the Narita Prefecture. But here's the kicker. They at least have historic records proving that the practice goes back centuries. With Okinoshima, no one really knows how the no women allowed rule started. The Okitsumiya shrine dates back to around the 17th century, but religious rites were performed on Okinoshima as far back as the 4th century. In all that time, no written account about women being banned from the island has surfaced. In fact, the whole idea sounds contrary to the origins of Okinoshima as a deity. The best available evidence says that the island was a seafaring guidepost on a trading route to Korea, as well as a harbor for fisherfolk venturing far out into the sea. To ensure safe sea passages through dangerous waters, these mariners would stop at Okinoshima and make offerings of mirrors, bronze dragon ornaments, food, and much more. Oh, I'm not done yet. According to interviews conducted by Dr. Lindsay E. DeWitt from the University of California, it was common for centuries for male-female fishing couples to travel to the island together to make offerings. It's not clear when that changed, but it did. Starting around the Edo period, so between 1603 to 1868, Okinoshima became off-limits to women. That's a smidge too recent in history, ergo me making a face right now. A little bit suspicious. Fun fact, there used to be a tradition of allowing 200 men onto the island on May 27th every year, but only after they stripped naked and underwent a sacred rite of ablution that they could never ever talk about in detail whatever they saw on that day. But after Okinoshima became Japan's 21st UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2017, the ceremony was cancelled indefinitely. Fascinating sidebar. During that annual event, every man admitted to Okinoshima was forbidden from removing anything from the island. I'm talking no pebbles, or talking about what they saw or experienced there. Here's the fun historical thing though. Huge archaeological expeditions in the past have removed much more than pebbles from the island. Currently, the Munakata Taisha Shrine Museum in Kyushu houses 80,000 precious artifacts, including bronze mirrors, beads, and shards of glass, presumably brought to Japan by way of the distant Silk Road, which were all taken from Okinoshima. And yet the island is still standing, so maybe the gods would also be fine with female visitors? Just saying.
I'd hate to be Japanese. Now I know why they all are so pulled up. It makes sense now. All right, let's jump back to India. All right, let's go to the Pat Bodhisatra called in some place called Assam. All right, now women are banned from this temple to preserve its purity. Like we're unpure, like you very pure. But anyway, all right. So women are actually banned from this temple to preserve its purity, and the temple, unsurprisingly, also cites menstruation as the reason behind the ban. Now, I mean, you can't blame us for natural human nature. I mean, hello, how were you born anyway? Okay, so in 2010, Assam Governor J.B. Patnaik actually was visiting the temples in the region, spoke about the authorities of the Pat Bodhisatra and took a group of 20 women in. Now, following this, the sutra was briefly open to women before the rule was eventually reimposed. But at least women got to go there and see what it was all about. Now, since they are still running beautifully, perfectly, and purely, that means the woman had no take on what was happening over there. Anyways, coming in at number 1, La Rinconada Gold Mine. Check it out.
In first place, we have the La Rinconada Gold Mine. Ah, gold mines. Reminds me of home. I grew up in a gold mining town, so it's part of my history. Heck, my preference for silver jewelry over gold quite often vexes my dad. So sadly, while women in my town were, on equal footing with the men, this isn't going to be as lovely of a tale. The La Rinconada gold mine in Peru is both the highest elevated settlement on the planet at 16,732 feet and perhaps the most exploitative place in the world. People come to this remote hellhole to work for the corporation that owns the mine for zero pay. At the end of their 30-day shift, they can take home as much raw ore as they can carry, but here's the catch. They don't know if there's actually any gold in the ore. Not gonna lie, I doubted that statement at first, so I actually called up my dad, and he confirmed it for me. It's all certainly illegal, but no one's doing anything about it. The town the mine is a part of has zero sanitation, no plumbing, most of the trash is burned in the streets, and city services simply don't exist. But the most bizarre aspect of this brutal, unforgiving town is the fact that women aren't allowed to enter the mines, all because of superstitions. All they're allowed to do is pan for gold in the wastewaters coming off the mountain. And hey, knowing what we know now about spotted gold and ore, they might be getting the better part of this deal. Worse than being barred from the only source of potential income in the area is the fact that many women are exploited at the mine. If panning for gold fails them, many women are forced into schmex work, including underage folks. Okay, no trips to Peru anytime soon. Noted. And that brings us to the end of the list, and it could honestly double as top 5 places Alexa will never travel, even if they do open to women. I'm good, really. I'll stick with trying to get through my current list of places I want to travel, since that only grows by the week. That is, if I ever stop being a workaholic. Let me know what you thought of today's video down in the comments, and hey, I'll see y'all next time, you lovely spooky people.
About places where women are generally forbidden to go. Like, I would have loved to travel the world and follow my culture and see where my ancestors came from, and the actual culture and the spiritual journey that I decided to take. I would have loved to see every single temple in the world, But anyway, since we can't do that, I did mention the Ayappa Chitram as well. Let's look at the Lord Kartikeya temple in Pushkar in India. Now, I'm a big fan, big fan, should I say. Let me speak properly and tell you that I'm a big devotee of Lord Muruga. So there's a temple called Lord Kartikeya Temple in Pushkar in India, and the Pushkar temple worships the brahmachari form of Lord Kartikeya, and women are banned entirely from entering these premises completely. Now, there's a myth, right, that the Lord curses women who enter the temple instead of blessing them. Okay, and then they say even if their motivation is one that stems from submission and piety, the supposed aggression of the Lord towards women is used to justify this ban. Okay, well, I don't know how true that is, the Lord actually cursing women. I don't know how far that goes, but like they say, it's a myth. It's just a myth. I truly don't believe the Lord's above that we pray to and devoted to would actually curse you. Anyways, we got lots of live entertainment coming up for you this morning. We did a beautiful show on forbidden places that, well, women are actually forbidden, and yeah, from entering. So there was a good show. Women are forbidden to go to many places in the world, guys. We're still fighting for women equality, but hey, let's see where the world takes us while we're still living on this earth. And as Atonville TV, I wish we could help break those rules. Alright, stay exactly where you are. When we come back, we got music entertainment to keep you smiling and jiving in the morning and keep your vibes going. We'll come back straight after this. Check it out.
Poker face. We got this really cool intro for you guys. Oh my gosh. What a good start. What a good start to the stream. They do in Texas, please. Hold on, let them hit me, raise it, baby, stay with me. Love game, intuition, play the cards, just space to start. And after he's been hooked, I'll play the one that's on his heart. Oh, whoa, oh, oh, whoa, I'll get him hot, show him what I've got. Oh, whoa, oh, oh, whoa, I'll get him hot, show him what I've got. Carry mine, oh, he can read my poker face. Carry mine, oh, he can read my poker face. Poker face, poker face. Poker face, poker face. I wanna roll with him up, here we will be. A little gambling is fun when you're with me. Russian roulette is not the same without a gun. And baby, when it's love, if it's not rough, it isn't fun. Oh, whoa, oh, oh, whoa, I'll get him hot, show him what I've got. Oh, whoa, oh, oh, whoa, I'll get him hot, show him what I've got. Carry mine, oh, he can read my poker face. Carry mine, oh, he can read my poker face. Poker face, poker face. Poker face, poker face. I will tell you that I love you, kiss or hug you, cause I'm bluffing with my muffin. I'm not lying, I'm just stunning with my left hook gunning. Just like a chicken in the casino, take your bank before I play you out. I promises, check this head. Carry mine, oh, he can read my poker face. She's got me like nobody. Carry mine, oh, he can read my poker face. She's got me like nobody. poker face, poker face. Poker face, poker face.
Then covered by 1st to 11 from Canada. Yeah, baby. Shout out to you Canadians out there. Today was actually like an electric cover, which was beautifully done. Shout out to you guys. The main singer, she looks like she's 12, but hey, you know what? She's done a beautiful job. I'm sure Lady Gaga is very proud of her. Now, guys, if you want to showcase your talent, all you have to do is have a smartphone, capture your talent, and drop us a message at the bottom of the screen and let us know that you want to, well, send us your content. Now, if you've got talent and a smartphone, capture it for us. Send us a message at the bottom of the screen, or you could use our WhatsApp line, which you find at the bottom right of your screen. The number is 074-660-5829. If you miss it throughout the entire show, you can find it at the bottom right of your screen. All right, that's come to that time where we do that thing of fun facts in the morning, yeah? All right, so let's talk about fun facts. Now, if you got a fun fact for me this morning, share it with us live. If you're still there, everybody, if you're still there, interact with us, join us in the conversation. You can interact with us in studio today. All right, so let's look at in the course of an average lifetime. Fun facts time, yeah? In the course of an average lifetime, while sleeping, you could eat around 70 different insects and 10 spiders maybe or more. Did you know? Better that I'm not conscious when this is happening. All right, did you know everyone's tongue print is different? I mean, like how your fingerprint is, it has unique features that differ from one person to another, from person to person, basically. Everybody has a different tongue print. Did you know? I think that's so cool. So when you go to the bank or you're signing documents and they're like, oh, a tongue print. Pretty cool, right? Gross. All right. Okay. It would take 19 minutes to fall to the center of the earth. That's how far that drop would be. Wow. All right. The Night's Watch cloaks in the Game of Thrones were actually made from IKEA rugs. So no animals were hurt during the making of this movie, ladies and gentlemen. All you animal lovers out there. All right, everybody knows iCarly. I don't know if you guys are Disney people as well, but the iCarly high school set was actually also used for Saved by the Bell and That's So Raven, limits to what I can see. Okay, here's another one. Harry Styles has 4 nipples. Good fun fact for the day, right? Okay, people used to say prunes instead of cheese when getting their pictures taken. Prunes! It doesn't work because your mouth is going prunes, and when you say cheese, that's how you smile. Anyway, in the 1840s, a cheesy grin was seen as childish, right? So a London photographer told people to say the words prunes to keep their mouths tight. Prunes! I think that's how the pound came out. Alright, and he says, a lot of people are telling me, now you know why people never smile in old photos. It's because people never used to say cheese, and professionals used to tell their clients, you're not allowed to smile, so you have to say the word prunes when taking a photo. Yeah. Alright, as we got lots coming up, don't worry, we still got another track coming up just to make you happy and keep y'all and keeping the show vibey. But before we get to Shy Guy, let's take a little break. We'll come back straight after this.
The rich taste that says you've arrived. Uyingakar. Living a life of illusion. Leaving your finances on the rocks. In this world of Bazotina Bantu, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
Welcome back, guys. If you just joined us, you can still join the conversation as we are still streaming live in the major South on Attenville TV. I'm still your host, Kimera Heeralal, doing the show, The Crack of Dawn. with you, of course. All right, coming up next, as we're keeping you lively and trying to brighten up your lovely Monday morning. Coming up next is Shy Guy. The original was done by Diana King, but this morning it's being covered by Rosie Dalman and Kankara from the Cayman Islands. Check them out.
Mercy, demand them in a the party. The whole of them sexy. Watch them just follow me. Watch me now. Everywhere me go, demand them or rush me. Just enough pretty boy want to love me. I need them love. Yes, I need them love. True, say them know me sweet and sexy. Everywhere me go, me say me ever ready. I need them love. Yes, I need them love. Me say me ever ready. I need them love. Yes, I need them love. But I don't want somebody who's loving everybody. Never shy guy, some kind of guy who will only be mine.
Watch me now. Well, you she searching, now you know for your shy guy. Lifetime love, she no wanna drive by. She want the kind of love that makes you feel sky high. She says she want a rude boy like I and I. Well, baby girl, I got what you need. Baby, yes indeed. Me are the love doctor, best believe. Me have the remedy.
Oh Lord have mercy. Demand them in a the party. The whole of them sexy. Watch them just follow me. Oh Lord have mercy. Demand them in a the party. None of them don't move me. Only can make me irate.
That was a beautiful version of Diana King's Shy Guy, today being covered by Rosie Dalman and Kankara from the Cayman Islands, baby. Yeah. What a beautiful place. I want to go there. Did you check the video? Alright, keeping you vibey if you just got to the office or if you just got to college or if you're still stuck in traffic but you got your phone in your hand watching the show. Let's do this. Everybody knows Jerusalem, huh? Yeah. Alright. So this morning we're doing it Chatsworth style. Alright, we've got a band called Too Unique performing for us, Jerusalem. Check them out.
Uthando lwakho lalimilingo sukumishosha intando lakho abangabona sebeyobona mina ngeke ukwazi ukufakazela omunye umuntu kodwa uthando lwakho omina ngizotshela amaningi uthando lwakho lalimilingo sukumishosha intando lakho abangabona sebeyobona ngeke ukwazi ukufakazela omunye umuntu kodwa uthando lwakho omina ngizotshela I'm
Jesus, Jerusalem. Yeah. I thought she was, you know the way she was dancing, I thought she was going to do some Glando challenge, which you're going to have on one of our Fridays. We'll do it again sometime. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're still live, we're still streaming. Do join us in conversation, as you can interact with us during our live shows. You can comment at the bottom of the screen, or you can use our WhatsApp line, which you find at the bottom right of the screen, right there. There's it there. Yeah. Alright, for those of you who just joined us, and if you haven't seen this show before, please don't forget, you have to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Okay, you don't have to, but it would be nice to support the channel, as we are a growing channel. We are a small station, you know, trying to grow, and we're also a non-profit company. So if you want to find out how you can help us to uplift the station and uplift the community, let us just drop us a DM message, you know, direct message right there on the screen, or you could use the WhatsApp line again. It's on your bottom right, and we can talk about how to either showcase your talent or to help us uplift. So if you want to know how you also gain from this, if you got a small business running at home, or if you got any business for that matter, whether it's big or small, right, you can advertise for your company on this platform. As on Facebook, there was a time where we actually hit 1.9 million views, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we tried to direct that number to YouTube. It wasn't working. Well, that's why I'm asking you guys to please like, share, and subscribe to this channel, our YouTube channel. If you're watching this from Facebook, please click on it, click on the link, go into the YouTube channel and subscribe to our channel, and make sure that your notification bell is on all, so that you can be notified every time we go live. Alright, so tonight, what's happening on the agenda? We've got a show called The Journey. So if you're all about learning about spirituality, or you know what, just join us for some fun. It's very interesting. It's an educational show, it's a cultural show. It's called The Journey. It's about exploring Hinduism. And remember, we're not biased. We're not only, okay, Hinduism, you must follow Hinduism. No, it's about educating about the culture and culture as a whole. So join the show. It's a beautiful show. I'm going to have my co-host Dashmi Manikam come in, and we have a lot of guests from Lenasia South joining us on Attenville TV, so it's going to be a fun show. We're going to go live today at 5 p.m. as the load shedding schedule still sits strong. Let's hope it stays that way. Wow. Alright, so today on The Journey show, join me at 5 p.m. That's in a couple of good hours. Alright, we're talking about the origins of the Kanaka Durgi Amma. This is episode 64, guys. It's actually the month of the mothers. So join us later on 5 p.m. It's going to be an epic show. And well, that's all the time we have for today, folks. Join me again later. I'll see you guys from myself, Kimera, Heeralal. Check you guys tomorrow, same time, same place, on the Crack of Dawn. Bye, guys.